Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles and happy Good Friday today. Uncle Charles is a Christian. I'm not trying to shove my beliefs on anybody's throat, but Uncle Charles is a Christian and today I am fasting today. So far so good. I have my reasons, and anyways, the point is I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Whether you celebrate the holiday or not, it's all good. But we're gonna do some price action technical analysis. However, I'm gonna do something a little different because I had a couple of requests, meaning only 2 requests, to show around the Discord because they're considering joining and they just want to look around it first before they join, which is fine. I'm currently not offering any free trials right now. I'm sorry, guys. I had a lot of emails from y'all asking about it, and I apologize, but right now I'm not doing it. To be honest, the last time I did a free trial, I had a lot of people took advantage and joined, and pretty much none of them stayed. And they mostly just came to just pretty much just spread some negativity, and I didn't have a good experience, to be honest with you, last time I did a trial. I still am thinking of doing a trial, but I don't know, you know what I mean, when I'm gonna do it. Anyways, so I got timestamps in the description below. So if you do not want to hear about my Discord and you just don't care, I understand, no hard feelings. Just check the timestamp and just fast forward or choose a timestamp that you want to actually watch about, mostly probably about the spy. But I appreciate you for staying here. But right now I'm going to talk about Discord, okay? So this room that we're looking at, we have different rooms, all right? Many different rooms in the Discord. As of right now, I have 18 people's online, 109 is offline right now. So that's about 127 members. And many of my members, stayed with me for about a few months right now. So, I'm grateful for that. But what we're looking at right now, this is the rules room. I tell the rules. We all buy and sell are just suggestions. So we have to make sure you do it at your own risk. We gotta respect people. Zero tolerance for hate, harassment, personal attacks. So we gotta respect each other. It's all opinions. We do not force anything on anybody. Don't want to force people to buy anything, none of that. And don't copy Uncle Charles's analysis. That's it. But down here is where I just tell the new members or current members the rooms that they need to watch out for the most. Okay, for new members, my analysis on SPY are in SPY updates room. That's clickable. All other ETFs are in here. QQQ, Dow Jones, IWM updates. Support and resistance levels are here based on the ETFs. It's called ETF buy and sell levels because support and resistance are the levels we use to buy or sell. And right here, my alerts on non-ETF / stocks, because I cover stocks as well, are in technical analysis. And I also share my resources with my group, okay? Most of my members do not join for these resources, but I share my resources in case they want to check it out. So I got market reports from a 25 plus year trader. I put his reports here in market reports. And if you want to check out the option flow and see where the money is going, is in Cheddar Credential. Like Cheddar Credential right here, that's clickable. It'll take me right to Cheddar Credential, which is right here. All the rooms are right here. If you don't see the room, it's on the left side. If you don't see the room, you just click on the tabs, it'll pop up. Due diligence, welcome. And it'll show more room. But this is the Cheddar Credential. That's the link to take you to go to Cheddar Flow. That's up here. I got my username. That's my real name, guys. Please don't call me by that. And then the password, well bam. Okay, now you guys know my password for Cheddar Flow. Keep in mind, don't try to sign in because I already changed my password. So here, that's my username. You see here, well bam. That's the password. You can sign in. And there you go. You can see any option flow you want, any ticker symbol that you want. You just search it here. You can add any filters you want. That's Cheddar Flow, okay? I definitely recommend you guys subscribing to Cheddar Flow's YouTube channel. They have really good information there. Definitely go down that rabbit hole if you're into options flow, okay? So I got Cheddar Flow right there. And then I got the market reports, as mentioned. I just type the links in right here for all my members to watch, read it if they choose to get themselves some extra information from, from a good resource. I think, you click it, and then the market reports from Tom McKellen will come up. He's expecting a seasonal rise from now to mid-May. He's pretty bullish on it. And he does his own technical analysis, very different to how I do it. But I have a lot of respect for him, and he has his reasons. Really good information. Okay. And then there's SPY update. This is my bread and butter. Okay. I'm very passionate about SPY, about trading it. No fundamental reasons, no special reason other than I just love it. I made a lot of money with it. So I just stick with it. I don't chase the next stock, the next ETF, nothing. I just trade what I can make money off of, what I've been doing, which is right now SPY. And pretty much I just give updates throughout the day. I always start off with the day with the first plan. This was the first plan that we're going to talk about in a little bit, the plan on how to trade SPY, and I'll update the group as the day goes, and I'll let them know if they should stay bearish. I'll let them know if they should stay bullish. I'll let them know what the price action is doing, all in real time, guys. All in real time. That's what I got to stress, is that we do it all in real time. Now take a look here. This was at 11:19 a.m. SPY still basing with a bear flag. This is where all the market noise take place. Remember, only bullish if a resistant level is clear. And I give them the level for 42.5. If the trend is your friend, then price action is your family. Like me, your Uncle Charles. So pretty much I was telling them to stay bearish. Okay, right here. Otherwise, stay bearish. SPY bouncing off the 5 DMA at 440.84-ish. But as posted above, trust no bounce unless a resistance is clear, starting with 442.5. Otherwise, stay bearish. I just try to let the group know. Don't be bullish, don't be bearish. When stuff like that to keep us on the right side. And look at that. Right on my next post. You compare this one. That's the image of SPY at the time when I posted. It was basing on a bear flag. I told the group to stay bearish. Boom, look at that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the benefit of trading with Uncle Charles, and continues to go down. Is I try to keep the group in the right, in the right side of the market. Okay, like right here, 2:47 p.m. Back test of 440.83 as support failed because it tried to recapture the 50 DMA in the middle, okay, of the day. Another test of 440 is not ideal for bulls. 438.5 is next. So pretty much I was saying if SPY is going to go check and go test the 440 again, because we just back tested the 50 DMA as a support and it failed. So if it goes and back tests 440 again, that's not a good sign. With 438.5 is my price target, it's next. You can see here that SPY dropped past my price target 438.5. So I was able to over deliver with that point with that SPY call out. Okay? And then here for triple Q, like yesterday, for example, I had a bear case scenario for triple Q. If 344.36 fails or opens below 339, then 337.8 are in play and must holds for bull. Okay? So if 344.3 failed, Uncle Charles had a price target of 339 to 337.8 zone. And you look at that. You look at this candle right here, this big red candle. I had the 347.36 level right there. It's right there. And as soon as it broke, look where it dropped to. It dropped as low as 328.2. So it didn't hit my 337.8 level, but it crushed my 339 level. You see? So that's the benefit of being with Uncle Charles. I don't give like one of those trade alerts where I tell you exactly what to buy or tell you exactly what to do. But I do give you the trade setups. I give you the plan, my sentiment, and I try to teach you my language of trading price action. You understand? Because it's important for me to teach you and for you to learn on your own so that you can be on your own if you choose to. Because I don't want you to be dependent on me. I don't do this so you can be dependent on me. I do this so you can get better and better as a trader on your own while being part of a really good, I like to think, a very positive trading community. Okay? Because when you learn enough and you know how to do these price action analysis yourself, you won't need Uncle Charters to do anything. So if you do choose to stay in my group, it's because you like the group, not because you're dependent on me. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for somebody to tell you what to do, Uncle Charters' group is not for you. But if you're looking for somebody who's willing to take the time to teach you and give you trade setups for you to really know how to do price action trading and be profitable, to really look at what trading really looks like, I got you. Uncle Charters got your back. I'm not going to be one of these people who say, if you join my Discord, if you join my group, or if you take my course, you're going to make $1 million. But to be honest with you, I can't promise you that you're going to make a lot of money. Okay? A lot of times, even people in my own members, when I give out a plan, they don't follow the plan. I love them so much, but a lot of times, people don't trust Uncle Charters. And then in the end, in hindsight, they see that, okay, Uncle Charters' plan wasn't that bad after all. Maybe we should have followed it, you know? And I understand why people wouldn't trust Uncle Charters, because I'm just a guy. I could be wrong too, you know? Biasm come to play. The news mess with our mind. There's a lot of elements at work here to make, people not trust Uncle Charters and trust his plan, because I'm just doing strictly price action. I'm not giving you any fundamentals. I'm not giving you any special reason why the stock should go up or why the stock should go down. The only reason I'm giving you is that the price action is saying it's going up or is going down. And sometimes as humans, we need more information than that for us to be able to fully commit, But that's all Uncle Charters got for you is price action. That's what my service is, It's not about prediction. Uncle Charters don't do predictions. Like when I said 438.5 is my price target, there was no guaranteed that it was going to hit my price target. The only reason why I gave that as my price target and believed 440 level wasn't going to hold again was because it was strictly based on the price action. All I'm doing is translating it and what I think is going to happen next based on this scenario. There's no 100% in the market. Whether it's my Discord or another person's Discord, there's no 100% guarantee you're going to make money. But in this Discord, I'm going to always keep it real with you. Any resources I have, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to share it with you. Okay? And know that my intention is not for you to be dependent on me, but for you to be independent. I'd rather you stay part of this community because you like this community, not because you're dependent on it. Okay? And yeah, that's pretty much my Discord. There's a lot of stuff that I could say much more, but I cover crypto as well. I got a room for crypto technical analysis. My strategy is simple. Like I always talk about, like I always tell you guys, is you long at support, you short from resistant. If a support level or resistance level is broken, you gotta wait for the back test. Stuff like that. You gotta understand the concepts of price action trading so that you can fully understand when I write these things. All right? Because if you don't understand how price action trading is and then I write my analysis, you're gonna get confused. So you gotta have some understanding. You gotta be willing to learn and work for it. Okay? Trading is not a get-rich scheme. It's a get-rich-slow scheme. It takes time and it takes a lot of work. If you're willing to put in the work, this Discord is for you. And one of my favorite parts, besides all the benefits and what I offer, one of my favorite room is the general chat room. The general chat room is where all the members talk and discuss their ideas. This room, we have each other's back. We vent here. Like I have a member here that had a bad day, But even though they had a bad day, they're learning and continue to progress and continue to elevate. And we just have each other's back. We keep each other mentally strong, emotionally strong. We support each other. All right, because most of the time in social media we tear each other down, and I thank my heavenly Father that I'm able to create a community where most of the members that join are on the same page as me, where they have an understanding like, hey, we're here to learn, we're here to put in that work, we're here to make money, we're not here to tear each other down. I haven't yet seen anybody be rude to each other in my group. So if you're worried about, because maybe you're a new trader, or maybe because you're a experienced trader, like whatever you think, like people here, we're here to support each other. Yes, we're also here to learn from each other and extract some good information from each other. And if you're willing to be helpful, this is a good place. One of my member, T-Master, shout out to T-Master. He's offline right now. I hope you're having a good weekend, T-Master. Oh, here he is right here talking. Look at that. I'm not even surprised. The last person at 11:50 p.m. late at night, commenting good information still about Fiverr. And, you know, T-Master's one of the members that's always chatting. Big guy, shout out to Big Guy Cosmos. They're always chatting. They're always talking. You know, the ideas that these guys share together is awesome in my opinion, you know. Very unbiased. Well, sometimes they could be biased. You know, we're all human. But that's why we talk to each other, because we keep each other in check. When one person's biased, you say, hey, man, you might be in a little bias right now. And we keep each other get better, you know. And those members that I just mentioned, they're always willing to help other members. Anytime you got a question and maybe I'm a little busy and I'm not there to answer right away, they'll help you out, you know. You know, it's just good people. It's just a bunch of good people together, and we just trying to figure out this trading thing, and we just help each other out, you know. And so far I had some good results. I have a room where we show off our you know, our gains. This member made 15K this week. This member made, you know, $320. You know, this member made $435. She also made another 400 yesterday. So $800 in 2 days. This member made $6,000. This member made about over 20,000 in a day. You know, this member made about $300. This member made $2,000. So I could keep going on. This member made $5,000. So everybody's numbers are different. It depends on, you know, the size, position that you're taking, stuff like that. You know, so everybody's profit's gonna be different. You know, so that's it. That's Uncle Charles' Discord. You know, it is what it is, and I hope I impressed you, because we do get good results, whether it's money or knowledge, progress. You know, gotta have a growth mindset, and that's what I promote here. I promote family environment. I promote a growth environment, support, all that good stuff. Okay. So that is my Discord. I hope I didn't bother you guys too much. And if you didn't want to hear none of this, I hope you use the timestamp that I made in the description box, okay? But now we're definitely going to get into this analysis, okay? Now what I want to start off with is the plan for yesterday, okay? This was yesterday's plan. I got to find it now. Here it is, okay? Yesterday's plan. Yesterday, which was Wednesday, I posted about SPY hitting the 50% retracement level, okay? And usually a bounce from there could signal the start of a new leg up or just a relief rally, okay? So remember yesterday I was talking about how SPY hit the 50% retracement level. That's usually where in a correction we'll get the start of a new trend or a relief rally. So I said here, best we don't try to guess and just allow the price action to simply show us, okay? So I had a bold case scenario. 442.5 was the big level that SPY captured yesterday. So it is first support. As long as above 444.5 is in play, and if cleared, to trigger move to 448. So this is the bear case scenario. If 442.5 fails, or if SPY opens below it, that is then resistant with the 50 DMA in play at 441.13ish. It actually changed to 440.8ish. 440 is my next price target below that. And if that fails, must hold level at 438.5. Okay, guys? That was the plan. So let's see what happened. So, as you can see here, market opened up. This 15-minute chart. Market opened up right here on this 930 candle. All right, it opened at 443.55. So above our 442.5 support and just below our 444.5 resistant. Okay, that's what I got the yellow line. It was a zone, but I was mostly looking at 444.5. So as you can see, when SPY opened, it squeezed all the way up to our resistant. All right, it squeezed all the way up to our resistant level of 444.5. It went a little higher, but keep in mind, I'm looking at that level and it did not clear that level. It was above it for like a few seconds before giving us a strong buying pressure. Now, what do I always say to buy a put? You always buy from resistant. When you buy a put, you want to buy from resistant. I even wrote a coding algorithm. I'm not a coder or a software engineer or anything like that, but I had a member who is, and I was just messing around. I was Googling some stuff and I just wanted to be funny. And I asked him if I did it right. But I had this if statement. In coding, you got if statements to create logic in case you're making a website or maybe a robot. I don't know. But I put S&P 500 equals SPY. I guess you could say that's the variable. I think that's what code is called. That's a variable, maybe. So if SPY equals support, you buy calls. That's the logic. Else, SPY equals resistant, you buy puts. Okay? If you're a coder, you guys probably know what this is. This obviously needs a lot more logic to it. I'm not really a coder. Cosmos, if you're watching, it would be really great if you created like a coding that reflect Uncle Charles' trading strategy. I think that would be super cool. And you can even build a robot, trading robot if you want. But anyways, so yeah, this is why we short from resistant or look to short from resistant. Got a strong rejection from there, okay? Now, at this point, Uncle Charles is already bearish, all right? When I see a strong, what I always tell you, if you see it go to a resistant level and it just bases around with some small candles, not a strong reaction, it's probably just basing the breakthrough. In this case, we had a very strong reaction. So Uncle Charles see that, I'm like, okay, selling pressure on resistant, powerful, I'm already bearish, all right? And look, sure enough, the bears took out the next support level. The next support level is 442.5. Okay, level to level. But in this case, it took out that level. Okay, so when you take out a support level, what do? Do you chase? Do you catch FOMO? You absolutely not chase or catch FOMO. So this candle right here gave us the confirmed close below 442.5. So when we lose our support level, you have to watch for the back test and look to enter on the back test so you can enter that level as a resistant. Not as a support, but as a resistant. All right? And the reason why I say you enter as a resistant is because it closed under it. That makes 442.5 resistant at that point. So you enter here, a put there, okay? And as you can see, that next candle, it back tested it. It gave us a nice wash above it as high as 442.95 because, you know, the market got to have a lot of noise and trick people out, you know? But pretty much it back tested, all right? Treated that 442.5 as a resistant. That's where you enter your put. And boom, push all the way down. I got that pink line. That's where I had the 50-day moving average on the daily chart. That's where the 50-day moving average was on the daily chart. So I add this pink line here to let me know where the 50-day moving averages, because I'm using a 15-minute chart to execute my trades. And as you can see, we bouncing. That's that bear flag. Look at bear flagging. Okay, if anybody wants to know what basing look like, this is what basing look like. Basing is just bear flagging, bull flagging, pennants, chopping in the channel, okay? And when you see it happening around support, it's building strength for a move, okay? It usually favors downside, but it can also give us another dead cat bounce, okay? The best time to turn bullish is when it clears a resistant. So if it bounces off of support but does not clear a resistant, that's a dead cat bounce. As you can see here, it was bouncing off support, but did not clear resistant. Dead cat bounce, and boom, broke right down through. Breakdown of the bear flag right here. Boom, broke down. Went right down to the pink line. That's where the 50-day moving average was. So we're basing around the 50-day moving average. Market was clearly respecting that level. And sure enough, you know, look at all that. We never captured it, and it just dropped right down to the 440 price target. Okay, now here's where it get a little tricky. Where do you go long at? you go long at support, right? Now here's where it gets tricky. We lost that level on this candle. Next candle, we recaptured that 440 level. Next candle, we lost that 440 level again. Okay? Market don't know what it wants to do. You want to bounce or you want to go up. So we have to wait here. Okay? And sure enough, it bounces. It was basing and it bounced right off of support. Okay? How do you even catch that trade? To be honest with you, I missed this one. I didn't. I was off at lunch. But it bounced off support. Recaptured the 50-day moving average. We looking good, right? But what do you do when a level has been cleared? You wait for the back test, okay? So we wait for the back test. And look at this candle. Here's where it gets tricky. Here is where it gets tricky. Trading is not 100%. Trading can be ugly, guys. And I'm about to show you why. Because this candle right here back tested 440.8-ish as a support. It went washed below it, but it closed above. All right, so now you're probably thinking, okay, this is a good spot to enter call. Boom, you enter call, and then the very next candle, it loses that level. What do you do in that situation? You made a good decision. You followed your strategy, but the strategy did not work. What do you do in this decision? Very simple. You cut your darn loss. You cut your loss, and you don't let your feelings get attached to it. You cut your loss, and you look for the next trade. That's what you do. You cut your loss, and if you did, you're a hell of a trader, and I have a lot of respect for you. I respect any trader who respects his stop loss. Can't stress that enough. Everybody want to make money. How we gonna make money if we don't respect the stop loss, guys? Anyways, gotta cut loss here, because no strategy is 100%. And if you're looking for a strategy that is 100%, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry really bad, because there is none. Anyways. So here we got a false breakout scenario. All right, this is where you got to stay true to the strategy, true to it with all your might, with all your mental and emotional strength, because you got to see, okay, this was a bad entry. I gotta cut loss. Boom, you cut loss. So now what setup do we have? What trading setup do we have? We have a false breakout setup that is bearish, guys. So as you can see, it pushed down and took out our 440 price target again. Now, if you bought the breakdown, cool. But what if you missed it? What if you missed that? Do you catch FOMO? No, you do not catch FOMO. What does Uncle Chartist always tell you? You always wait for the back test. And sure enough, let's be real here. Does it always back test? No, it does not always back test. Nothing's 100%. And it doesn't always backtest. Sometimes you got to be willing to not trade. Sometimes you got to be willing to be picky on your entries. Sometimes you got to be willing to not make money. Because not every trade you have to get in. You understand? And backtesting doesn't always happen. So if you're willing to take the risk of catching FOMO, fine. But make sure you cut your loss if you're wrong. It's nothing wrong with taking risks. Just make sure you manage it properly. But anyways, best practice, wait for backtest. And on the 315 candle, it backtested 440 as a resistant one more time, and it continued from there to drop to our 438.5 level and beyond. Okay, guys, this is what price action trading looks like. It's ugly, it's nasty, but it's simple. How does that make sense? If it's ugly, nasty, hard, how is it simple? Well, there are things Uncle Charles can teach you, and there are things that I cannot, and that you have to learn on your own. And with that said, we are going to go to the daily chart now. And here is the daily chart. Holy moly. Look at that bearish engulfing candle. That was terrible singing, guys. Sorry, it's Good Friday. I'm in the singing mood today. If you're a Christian like me, you know why. Hope I'm not offending anybody. But we do have a bearish engulfing candle here, guys. Let me move all this. Y'all see that? We also lost that 50-day moving average. Okay? Bearish engulfing candle, 50-day moving average. Now, before anybody starts talking about Uncle Charters, you are so bearish. Listen, Uncle Charters is not a bear or a bull. I don't care. I just trade the price action. I'm just reporting it to you today, but the price action could be different on Monday, and I'm going to report something different to my Discord members. Okay? But either way, I'm going to cover the scenarios so that we can be ready, okay? No bull or no bear bias. First, I'm going to talk about the bull scenario. For me to be bullish again, first of all, it has to recapture that 50-day moving average. Let's start there, okay? That 50-day moving average, very critical level. Let's start there by recapturing that. It's currently at 440.77. It could change by the next market open, but if you see it recapturing the 50-day moving average and actually close above it, that's a good start, okay? I have a level at 442.5. That's based on my fib levels right here, okay? From the February low to the March high. And you can see here that SPY did test the 50% tracement level of this move up, okay? Around 436.5-ish, around there. But we lost that 38.2 retracement level. That's 442.5. So if we do recapture the 50-day moving average, we need to also clear that 38.2 retracement level. That will put my level of 444.5 in play. Right there. Okay? That will put that level in play. That has acted as tough resistance for us. Okay? Right there. And if we can clear 444.5, I think we will squeeze back up to the 200-day moving average. It's around 448-ish. And then I have the 23.6 retracement level at 450. Okay? That's my bullish scenario, guys. Starting off, you want to turn bullish when SPY actually clears some resistant levels. That puts the momentum to the bull side. But if no resistant level is cleared, and we're taking out support levels, that's bearish. Right now, we did took out the support level. We took out that 50-day moving average. Uncle Charles also had 438.5 as a support. All right, put that there. And we took that out as well. So now that 50% retracement level is in play once again around 436.5-ish. I don't think that level is going to hold this time. If we test it again, I think we're going to break down to my next level of around 434-ish. And if we lose that level, okay, if we lose that level, I think the 61.8 retracement level, very critical level, is in play at 430.4. Bulls must hold that. Because like I said earlier, usually around the 50% to the 61.8 retracement level is where the correction is over and we'll get another bounce. Either a relief rally or the next leg higher. I don't know. We'll see. But that's usually the level where it happens, a bounce from, okay? So keep your eyes on those levels. 436.5 fails. 434 is in play. 434 fails. 430.4 plays. I will probably look to grab a long there, okay? And if that fails, then that's very bearish, and we're going to have a lot more downside, okay? 427 would be my next support if 430.4 fails. And then I also have support at 426. Below 427, 426 is yellow trend line. And if that fails, very bearish even more, because that's a breakdown. Because that's a breakdown of this trend line. That put 421, then 410 back in play. All right, probably more downside levels. We'll talk more about that when it comes. But all right, just pay attention to those levels that I mentioned. Please write it down so you can remember it for Monday. And yeah, that's what I got for you today on SPY. We take a look at the VIX real quick. And here it is, the VIX. Remember I talked about the other day how I got this blue trend line, the bear flagging, and VIX pretty much broke down it. It's looking bearish. Today the VIX had a green candle, but remember, it was just a back test of this blue trend line. So VIX was in back test mode. So overall, still looking bearish on the VIX. However, it is bullish, building some bullish momentum. For me to be more bullish, it has to get back above 23. That's the 23.6 retracement level, and it recaptures this blue trend line. Okay, so VIX above 23 puts 25.72 back in play, and that's bullish. Okay, it look where it bounced. It bounced right off that 200-day moving average. A near perfect bounce. However, failure to get back above 23 will put the 200-day back in the 200-day moving average back in play, which is not ideal for VIX bulls. Okay, we don't even want, if you're a VIX bull, you don't even want that to be tested again. So if it gets tested again, I'm going to favor it breaks. That puts 844 in play, okay? Remember, it's in backtest mode. So it has to break and recap to 23 to put 25.7 in play. If it fails and rejects from there or fails to get close above, 200-day moving average back in play. And it'll possibly break through. Okay, guys? So that's what I got for SPY. That's what I got for the VIX. And this is Triple Q, bearish engulfing candle right there. We lost that 50% retracement level at 344.36. We dropped down to 339 to 337 zone is at 338.4. Okay, now obviously Triple Q needs to get back above 339 and it needs to recapture 344.3 for me to be bullish again. If not, I'm going to continue to follow the price action and stay bearish. If we lose 337.86, that puts the next price target in play around 334. Yeah, around 334.5 actually. 334.5 is my support under 337.8. And then a nice big drop down to 328. That's some juicy moves. Let the price action guide you, okay? Only bullish above 344.36, okay? Bearish below 337.86. Anything in between is chop. You can play the chop. You can scalp it, whatever. Just make sure if you're going to enter a call, it's from a support. And if you're going to enter a put, it's from a resistant. And you got to be willing to cut your loss if you're wrong because it could stop chopping and just break out. Anything could happen. Dow Jones, bear flagging. I mean, not bear flagging, bull flagging. You can see with the white line right there. However, we had a false breakout yesterday. It tried to break out, but it failed and closed right back in and under the 346 level. So this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Let me see. We got... All right, it closed under the 5-day moving average because I had support there, but it closed below it. So that makes the next big support at 340.6 and then 338.5. Below 338.5 is a breakdown of this bull flag and very bearish. Okay, so for me to be bullish, it has to clear 346. Just simple as that. Only bullish above 346. Below it, I'm bearish down to 340, then 338.5. And we'll see if we get a bounce from any of those levels. IWM, well, it tried to get back above the 23.6 retracement level at 201.4, failed, and just sold right back down to the support of the yellow trend line. Below 198.5, it's a breakdown of the yellow trend line, and when I would turn bearish, puts 195.4 in play, then 192, and then 188, okay? So far, it looked like it's just bear flagging right now, okay? Only bullish if it can actually clear 201.4, and that will put 204.6, then 209 back in play, okay? And look at Apple. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp moment for Apple, okay? It had a really nice setup to push more upside because we had a false breakdown here. Well, a false breakout scenario, but we recaptured it, giving us a false breakdown. And then a nice big green candle very next day, clearing a couple of resistance levels. And then the next day, well, none of it held. None of it held. And that's a bearish engulfing candle. And it closed right back within the blue trend line. So that means false breakout scenario once again. Bearish on Apple right now. 164.96 is the next support level. If that fails, 161, then 156 is in play. Okay, I'm only bullish on Apple if it can clear, at the very least, clear 166.2. That's a resistant level. And then clear 168.4. And then the big one at 170. All right. So those are scenarios. Please follow the price action. Follow the levels. And look at Tesla. Tesla rejected from the 5-day moving average. 5-day moving average around 999. It was a little higher early in the day, but you know, as Tesla goes down, the moving average moves down with it. But it's not looking bullish right now, guys. For me to be bullish on it, it needs to get above 1,000 minimum. And then clear 1,036 at this point. That's a 61.8 retracement level. Unless it does that, because those are resistant levels. So unless it does that, 972 in play, which are very close there. And if 972 fails, big drop to 944 and then 907 below. Okay, so if 972 fails, look for puts. All right, 972 holds and then clears 1,000 or clears the 5-day moving average. Pay attention to that level. I'll look for calls. Okay, and Bitcoin, I did not save the best for last. It dropped below the 50-day moving average. treated it as a resistance and pretty much just creeping his way back down to the support of the triangle pattern. If I was a market maker and I was planning to push Bitcoin up while stealing, retail traders' money, I would push it down and push it below the yellow trend line here and then recapture it. So it gave us a false breakout. I say give retail traders a false breakdown and then push it back up. Okay, now that's just what I would like to see, and it would be funny. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. All I can say is it's bearish right now. Next support is at 37K. 37K fails. 28.8K is in play. Okay? So that's all I got, guys. Bitcoin's bearish. I'll probably be bullish on it if it can recapture the 50-day moving average at 42.1K. And then clear 44K and break out of this triangle pattern again. Okay? Other than that, bullish on Bitcoin. And yeah, I know this is a pretty long video, but I appreciate you guys for listening. If you actually listen all the way through, appreciate you guys. Have a good holiday. Family is important. And remember, Uncle Charters loves you. Peace.